Welcome back, everybody, to the Innate Domain podcast. We have another guest on the show today, Duncan. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate you having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, super excited to talk to you today. Yeah. We were shooting the shit a little bit before the show.
40 minutes.
Yeah. It's fine. But starting off, I definitely would like to understand a little bit more about your background, because I feel like we had a little bit of a disconnect when I feel like we haven't talked in so long.
Here and there.
Yeah, definitely here and there. But I would love to hear, like, since high school, like, once we stopped talking, what's kind of your background since then?
So after high school, I went to play baseball at Oakton, which is a junior college in Des Plaines. Was a great time. Wouldn't trade anything in the world for it. However, I mean, you always knew I had arm issues. It's just I've had arm issues ever since I was a sophomore in high school. And I had they said ulnar nerve in high school, so I had a surgery for that. And then got to my senior year, and it was, the arm pain was just unbearable. It literally felt like someone was stabbing my elbow repeatedly with a burning knife. And I went to multiple different doctors, got MRIs. They said nothing was wrong. And I was literally just about to quit because, like the mental side of things, it was just constant. But I made a decision to go to a physical therapist who I found on Twitter that specialized in rehabbing baseball-specific athletes.
Okay.
So I went to see him, and, he did the usual tests, and he's like, something, I think it's your UCL. And I'm like, I've heard it 4 times, gotten 2 MRIs, like 4 different doctors. But I'm like, you know what could go wrong? Like, this is it. Like, if they don't diagnose me with something or anything, then I think I'm done with baseball, honestly. So he recommends a doctor. His name's Dr. Grislow. He's the Cubs doctor.
Okay.
So I went to him, and he was unlike any other doctor I went to. He was awesome. Like, because all the other doctors, that a suggestion for like all the athletes I coach and everything is go to a doctor that specializes in overhead throwing athletes, not just your typical orthopedic doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I wasted time, money, everything going to, my local Arlington Heights orthopedic doctor. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he recommended Dr. Grislow, and I went to him, and he did the same test and was like, you know what? I want you to get MRI here. Because it's Northwestern medicine. They got like the crazy machines.
Did you do a contrast MRI?
That's what I'm going to get to.
Okay.
So I had 2 MRIs before, not with the contrast.
Okay. And
he explained to me how important that dye is. Because if the ligament is partially torn, etc., it'll show. Unlike you could miss it without the dye. So I got it with the dye. And a day later, you got the Northwestern Medicine app. I'm just constantly refreshing it, seeing if there's any update on our MRI. And then finally I get the notification. And it literally says, I remember it was like distal UCL tear, like medical terms. And my first reaction was, oh shit. Like, it doesn't look good. You know what I'm saying? When you see tear. So then I had a follow up with him, and he was straight to the point. He was like, you could do the ultrasound, something like, and then I could do the, it's not stem cell. a PRP. I think it's called a PRP injection.
Okay.
It's like they spin plasma or something, and they shoot it, like they inject it into the tear, and there's like it's not like a crazy high success rate. And then that still would have been like a couple months of recovery. And he was just like, with your tear, you need to get surgery. So I had surgery like that next week.
Damn.
And I was his last surgery before they shut down because COVID.
No way.
So I was literally his last surgery. And he's an awesome doctor, because I coach, I'm really into these things. Like the next time I saw him, he showed me the pictures of like my elbow like opened up and like was like, this is where your tear was. Like literally like full blown pictures of my elbow open. It was cool. And they took the tendon out of my my palmaris tendon out of my wrist. And then also he said my ulnar nerve needed to be relocated. So it was a double whammy there.
Wow.
And I was blessed. I got to rehab with some of the greatest people. Matt Gaudier, he was Paul. They were all great. And then what I was really blessed with was the pitching coach at Oakton. He was one of the best in the business, if not the best. Scott Firth. He dealt with it. I rehabbed with them, and I felt great. Rehab went super smooth, and it was like I was like almost in tears the first time I threw off a mound, because all I knew was throwing with arm pain, like, and not having it was something else.
What did your rehab like timeline look like?
So, because you had Tommy John, but you had it with the brace.
Yeah, I had a partial UCL tear.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, it was they put me in a brace and they adjust the degree for range of motion.
Okay.
Which sucked because we play a lot of video games. Couldn't play keyboard and mouse. Had to play Fortnite on the controller because my arms were locked in a certain range of motion. It's just funny to think about. I remember staying up till like 5 a.m. during COVID, box fighting with my friends, just being absolute terrible because I'd playing on Fortnite on controller.
Dude, I found a way to play keyboard and mouse. Let me tell you.
Yeah. But what was really weird after the so I shouldn't say it went perfect. So I had the ulnar nerve transposition too. And they put me on a drug. I shouldn't say like medicine, like post-surgery drug. I think it was called serotonin or something for my nerve, because they moved my nerve. And I was like 190 pounds, and within a month I dropped to like 150.
Oh my God.
So, and I have pictures. My whole arm literally looked like a stick.
Wow.
It was crazy. So I lost a ton of weight.
Was that just because of like you didn't eat? Like,
yeah, I had no appetite.
Okay.
No appetite. And it was a common side effect of the drug, but it was kind of funny. As soon as I got off of it, I gained all my weight back.
Wow, and that's crazy.
It wasn't like fat. It was like I put on good weight because. So another thing I want to get at is a lot of parents, and there's a common myth, I should say, about Tommy John is that, oh, you get it, you throw harder. That is 100% grade A bullshit. The reason is, from my understanding, is all that therapy you do, all that strength conditioning you do is going to benefit you. And I think the doctors are really progressing, and they're getting to a more understanding. I mean, Tommy John's up. I think I read, don't quote me on it, but I think it's up 43%. I think some numbers like 43% of MLB pitchers have had Tommy John, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many factors that go into that, especially like everyone is bored of baseball and they want to just speed up the game, so they're throwing more pitches faster without
the pitch clock
recovery.
I think is terrible.
Yeah. Well, it's like if it's even setting like a stigma for kids. It's like if you want to make it to D1 or the pros, you got to throw fucking hard. And these kids are throwing 100 pitches
exactly
at 12 years old, trying to throw as hard as possible, and it's ruining them.
So that's what did it to me. Throwing, it wasn't a one pitch thing. It was overtime, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
So do you think you had the tear when you got that initial surgery for
100%?
Yeah,
100%.
Because did they have to fix? Do you think that first surgery could have been fixed if you just did both of the surgeries at the same time? Because like they need to fix it the second time again, or was it two different things?
The first ulnar nerve surgery I had was it wasn't a transposition. It was called like ulnar nerve decompression.
Okay.
Or just it was a quick surgery. It was like 1 week and I could throw full intent.
Wow.
Yeah, it was weird. But I think if I went to a doctor that specialized in overhead athletes the first time, I probably would have had Tommy John my sophomore and junior year of high school. But you know, it's just with nowadays, you know, you got, I think the main thing is pitch count and how players warm up. I mean, it's throwing a baseball is pretty much one of the most unhuman actions of all sports. Like your body is not meant to throw a baseball, especially not meant to throw a baseball 100 miles an hour.
Evolution did not put something
100%.
in there to make you throw a baseball
100%.
100 miles an hour.
100%. And I feel like, I mean, the MLB fastballs is up, I think 2.2 miles an hour since like 2014. There's guys throwing 102 mile an hour sinkers. Like it's crazy. And you know, like if I was a 10-year-old kid wanting to play in the MLB, you know, I'm doing whatever it takes. You know, I'm exploring a ton of different measures. I'm picking up a 11-ounce weighted baseball and I'm doing pull downs every single day. Like, and don't get me wrong, I think weighted baseballs are great. Like all that, but like you need to do it smart.
Yep.
It's all, you know, and you know, they see TikToks and stuff of Paul Skeens warming up and they're like, I can do this. No, you can't. You can't. But yeah, it was a crazy ride. And then you know, I came back, I threw in the fall, felt great. And then unfortunately in the winter I was doing a pull down and I tore my labrum. And that was the moment I knew that my career has come to an end.
Did you get surgery for your labrum?
No, I've still yet to get it.
Okay.
Doesn't bother me day to day. The only thing I can't do is barbell bench.
You can live without that.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just do my dumbbells.
Yeah. Oh, you can still dumbbell? Yeah. You're fine. You're fine.
But and that the shoulder is a lot more intricate than the elbow.
Yeah.
A lot. And the success rate of like labral surgeries and rotator cuffs, it's not as good as elbow. So,
well, like I've heard specifically, like the UCL is literally used to throw. So it's like if you go your entire life, some people decide, okay, do I get the surgery? I do not get the surgery. Some people are like, I'm not really gonna throw anything. Like throwing
like
isn't really that
100%. Like if you're just a kid, you know, like that, you know, you don't have to get the surgery. It's not going to bother you day to day.
Now, I don't know how you would get a UCL tear without throwing something. So you have to have some interest in throwing. But
actually, I've seen gymnastics and football tear their UCL.
Really? Well, football makes sense because, I mean,
not quarterbacks though.
Not quarterbacks,
like linemen, which is weird.
Linemen, I guess it's probably like,
I think it's like you're blocking and
pushing force or something.
Yeah.
Well, it even just reminds me of what you're saying about how people think that once you get Tommy John that you're going to throw harder.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I definitely threw harder. I wasn't like a pitcher, but more from the outfield. I definitely threw harder, but like you said, it's about that training that you do and the recovery that you do. Because
so for me, like obviously I threw harder after Tommy John because shit, I was throwing with pain.
Yeah, of course, it's a huge difference.
Exactly,
dude. I was taking like 4 leaves before every game when my arm was hurt.
It's sad. It really is because I coach baseball. I've coached this was my 3rd year coaching 14U baseball.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's not funny at all, actually. You know, they got their backpacks with their, like the holders with their bats.
Yep.
You see these kids with ibuprofen. A full thing of ibuprofen. It's sad. Like what it's come down to. It's sad that you shouldn't have to take anything to,
So where do you think we could help prevent that from? Like, how young are we trying to prevent this as kids growing up? Because like you said, they're 14 years old throwing and already having this pain. So where do we start? Like, where do we start to help these kids?
They've tried a ton of things. A lot of tournaments have strict pitch count guidelines, which is good. Some tournaments have you only could throw a certain amount of innings, which to me makes 0 sense. Because we played in like 2 tournaments this year, and a rule in the tournament was a pitcher can only throw 4 innings, which makes 0 sense. You could throw 50 pitches in 4 innings.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever thrown a 14U kid over 75, 80 pitches. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just not worth it.
Well, that's like the good thing, though, is I feel like back when we were 14,
kids were throwing 100.
They didn't give a shit.
And then, little Johnny Johnny just threw 100 pitches, throw him at shortstop, throw him at third base.
Hey, we need you to close. Can you close next game? Like, come on, we need you to win this game right now.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of it comes down to programs and teams wanting that trophy.
Mm-hmm. And it's like the trophy doesn't fucking matter at all.
Especially like the young kids. Like, so having 14U, what's my batting average? What's my ERA? No one is going to look at your 14U baseball stats. Mm-hmm. I don't care who you are. I don't care what school you're getting recruited by. No one is going to go on your game changer and look 6 years ago and use that as a deciding factor. No one.
Yeah, I think the only reason someone would be looking at your stats then is if you're throwing 85 at 14 years old. That would be like, if you're throwing heat at 14 years old, then yeah, you probably would have some potential. But by the time you get to college, you're probably going to have a blown out arm if you're not following these pitch count rules and stuff.
That's one thing I wanted to get into. Baseball has changed so much, because I remember, I'm 22 now, so 8 years ago, I was in their shoes, and throwing gas when I played at their age would be like throwing like 65, like 64. Mm-hmm. There's kids throwing 93
at 14 years old
that haven't even walked into a high school. It's
now, are these kids like bigger and taller, or it's just they have some sort of mechanics that makes a certain amount of torque that they can just whip that thing?
Just explosiveness.
That's crazy, dude. I could not imagine walking up.
The training techniques, it's definitely advanced from that side. But I also know a ton of kids, that throw 80 miles an hour coming out of high school, and they get to college and they throw 94, 95.
Yeah, that's why I think that there's a huge like drop off if you start early throwing hard. Like you can be throwing 93 at 14, but by the time you get to the pros, let's say you make it, you're probably only throwing maybe 100. That's a 7 mile an hour difference compared to that person that throws 80 leaving high school and is throwing 95, maybe 97 in college. Like that's twice as much as that person that was throwing 93 at 14.
100%. And the thing is, arm injuries are always going to be a thing, always, just because
it's so unnatural.
It's unnatural. It's always going to be a thing. The only thing that the doctors and trainers can do is lower the number, and that number is going way up.
It's just that, like we were talking about earlier, the stigma that you need to throw as hard as fucking possible. And these kids, just especially these kids not being like bulky and bigger, that's what causes that tear, is that there's no muscle and tissue around the UCL that protects it, and that's typically what it is. You can't.
Some of these kids haven't even hit puberty yet. Like, but one thing that has been very apparent to me when I started coaching was kids just show up to the field, think they could throw right away, like think they can play a full seven inning game right away, and that's not the case.
So what would be
it's all different. My warm up routine is going to be different than yours. It's going to be different than anyone else's. It's just all about finding what works for you. Especially when you look at major league pitchers, college pitchers, even high school pitchers, each person does their own thing, and it's all about trying. It won't hurt to try something new. And it all comes down to that. But if you're like a 14U below, like youth baseball, it's just stretching, like stretch, warm your body up, do your bands, play good catch, and that, what I tell my kids is, it's kind of like lifting. The more you lift, the stronger you're going to get, right?
Yep.
The more you throw a baseball, the harder you're going to throw, and the more conditioned your arm is going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, and at the young age, you're going to have those freak accidents. Like I had one of my pitchers on my team actually this summer, before our season even started, he was throwing a bullpen. He threw a pitch and he grabbed his elbow. I'm like, oh shit. And it literally looked like a golf ball was in his elbow. He separated his growth plate.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, freak injuries are going to happen.
Wow.
The arm injuries are definitely concerning.
Yeah, it's so weird too, because like, is it like an arm slot thing, or is it really just how unnatural just throwing is in general that just creates some...
Throwing is unnatural either way. I don't know if there's any science behind arm slots or anything, but you see guys in MLB in college throwing all different arm slots. Like there's guys throwing 102 miles an hour, damn near submarine. It's just the way your body works.
Well, yeah, it's like if you look at some of the like videos of some of the really hard throwers in the MLB too, their arm motion is just,
it's like a whip.
Yeah, and like you can only imagine how much my arm did. Like I never had that great range of motion with my arm, and that's probably why I didn't throw harder than I wanted to. But,
a lot of it is mobility.
Like I didn't have that shoulder mobility.
Guys that have really good external rotation, that really could get the layback.
But
definitely.
It's like, what do you expect is going to happen, especially if you don't train your elbow or your shoulder?
You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, that's ultimately. The one big thing is like it sucks at the end, because the only thing you can truly do is try and build muscle around the UCL or the shoulder or whatever to hopefully prevent it from happening. But you could do all that and you still one day throw some weird pitch in the wrong way, and it
can happen to anyone. But I think there's ways to prevent it, like warming, like doing different strength stuff like that. But the best advice I tell my guys is not everything is, what works for John ain't going to work for Steve, um, and like when you first start like weighted balls and more intricate, like specific stuff like that, make sure you have a guide. Like make sure you have someone that you can ask questions to and monitor what you're doing. Because weighted baseballs can be the best thing for you, or it could be the worst thing for you. It's all about how you go at it.
Yeah, trying to throw what's the hardest or the heaviest plyo ball or whatever? I'm trying to remember what it was.
I think 2,000 grams, I think is the.
Yeah, trying to just start off with something like that. You're definitely gonna fuck something up.
Those aren't even meant to throw. They're more of like
a reverse.
Yeah, reverse throws. Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, they make a 1,500.
Okay. Which is what in pounds?
15. Well, to ounces would be 52.91 ounces.
Okay.
And a baseball is 5 ounces.
3 1/4 pound.
So it's 10 times the weight of a baseball. But it's a good thing and it's a bad thing.
As long as you're smart about it.
As long as you're smart about it, and I think it's way more of a better thing than it is negative.
Because you should be using it to help you. You shouldn't be. I don't know.
And another
hurt yourself.
I was watching a podcast. I forget who it was, but they were talking about how like baseball is one of the only sports from T-ball to Major League Baseball where the ball size or weight doesn't change.
Even when they're squishy, it doesn't change.
I think they're still 5 ounces.
Huh.
But like you play youth football, they use a smaller football. You play basketball, smaller ball.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just something weird.
I never really
about.
thought about that, but I couldn't imagine it getting heavier. I feel like it would be worse.
Actually, another thing I listened to in a podcast was that if the baseballs were heavier, it would be better, less injuries.
Is that because
I don't know the science behind it.
I can only think it's just that you're
not a doctor.
Technically throwing slower, that it would prevent you from moving your arm or whatever.
Your arm action, your arm speed is probably definitely slower.
Someone would still try and figure out how to throw just as hard, though.
Exactly. So
there has to be some sort of science that went into it. I mean, obviously, when they created baseball, they probably weren't like, okay, the ball has to be 5 ounces so that
exactly. It was probably just
this. Or they could probably do some sort of testing nowadays to be able to decide if they should go up or down with that weight. But they're probably like, why would we change it after however many years?
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
It's just a lot. Baseball's becoming a lot more technological. You got your Rapsodos, you got your TrackMans, monitoring what axis the ball's spinning. A Rapsodo, it's just they have hitting and pitching. For hitting, it does launch angle, distance, exit velocity. For pitching, it's crazy. So Windy City, we have a TrackMan.
Okay.
Which is crazy. It tells you everything. It tells you how the ball's spinning, the spin rate, the velocity, horizontal, vertical movement, everything you could think. It's awesome.
So can you see like, oh, this guy's got a huge spin rate. He's going to be better than this other person or whatever.
No. So it benefits in certain ways. So for me, the first time I worked on it I always was a 4-seam pitcher. I noticed my spin efficiency was low on my 4-seam.
What is spin efficiency?
So, do I have a baseball? Give me 1 second. Okay. So, a damn near 100% spin efficiency on a four seam would literally be the ball perfectly.
Okay.
But if it has, a little wobble, little tilt, your spin efficiency is going to go down. So I transitioned to a two seam, and that was the best decision of my life. It was my bread and butter pitch.
So does the spin efficiency reflect on how hard you throw then?
Not necessarily.
Okay. So what is the difference from like you going from the four seam to the two seam because of the spin efficiency?
I'm not like too good when it comes to that, but so on high spin rate fastballs, like if you look at DeGrom, hitters say his fastball rises.
Okay.
Because he has so much backspin on it, like his spin rate's through the roof. And then you get, like curveballs too. Like you look at Kershaw's curveball, he gets crazy spin rate on it, and the vertical movement's night and day.
Mm-hmm.
Another good thing to look at is the axis of like where the ball is going. Is it like a lot of people go 12-6 for a curveball, but sliders are more,
Yeah.
It's really good for pitch design.
Okay.
So like mastering your pitches is really what it's good for.
So it's kind of like if you have a higher spin efficiency, your spin rate might be higher, so it'll either move more, it'll rise more.
Yeah. So like if you're throwing a four seam very high, like with a high spin efficiency, you should probably stick with that four seam.
And that's kind of like a general thing. Like most pitchers are going to follow that kind of guideline.
There's not, I haven't gone too into it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning as I go,
mm-hmm.
but there's a lot that it comes down to.
But I would assume that, especially with all these numbers being like aware to these kids, they're always like, "Oh, my spin efficiency is just a little bit better today."
Yeah, that's another thing. I'm not gonna, we're not gonna have a 14U kid. We're not gonna have a youth kid throwing a TrackMan. It simply is brainwash to them. But for college guys, for pro pitchers, they throw with them like you see in spring training. Everyone has a TrackMan. Like, it's baseball in 2024.
Yeah, it's crazy how far it's come. What was I watching? I think it was the College World Series, and they have the pitch thing on their wrists to tell them what pitch to throw. And where to throw it.
So it was you want to know what's funny? Is we were in our league championship, and the team we were playing, their coach was wearing a headset. I've never seen it before.
And they had the earpieces in, and he was telling him what to throw.
The catcher must have had a earpiece in his helmet, and the coach was, relaying signs.
Is this football now or something?
Yeah, right. Like, no, but they wear it around their wrist, and the catcher can easily relay pitches. I mean,
and that's just to have bebetter communication between coach and player.
Look at the Astro scandal.
That's just to prevent cheating.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's because as soon as after that Astros scandal, some genius came up with it, and it's probably making hell of money.
It's probably just like a tic-tac-toe with a number, dude.
Yeah.
It
actually speaks to you.
Really?
Yeah, it'll be like slider outside. Like it's weird.
So I'm guessing there's settings onto it though, because you're not going to have a like the behind the plate before as the batter's standing there.
Yeah.
Hey, slider.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I'm trying to think of what other like technological advancements baseball's had. Well, like bats. Have bats changed at all?
Hell yeah. So not as much BB core.
Okay.
Because when you're 14U, you can use drop 5. The bats these kids get to use are just like trampolines. And have you ever heard of the YouTube channel Baseball Bat Bros?
I've not.
So they review all the bats. They have a Rapsodo. They go like what bat has the highest exit velocity, and they rate it. And all the kids are obsessed with it.
And that's how they buy their bats?
Yeah. So right now the bat is the Easton Hype Fire.
What a name.
And it's crazy.
Does You go to tournament and like every kid has
Every
this bat?
kid.
Really?
Every
Dude,
kid.
it's like meta. It's like a meta.
Every kid.
That is insane. I don't even remember how, dude, I would go to Sports Authority or Dick's and I'd be like, that bat looks cool.
Yeah.
I'm getting that one. Even though throughout my entire high school career, I used the DeMarini Voodoo.
Yeah.
That was
a hell of a bat.
An awesome bat. I literally used it for 4 years.
Yeah.
Best bat ever. But I couldn't imagine having all this information I mean, I probably did. I probably could have looked it up on YouTube or something, but couldn't imagine having this fucking or this, what you said, the Raph Soto telling me all the spin rate and the exit velocity of all these bats.
So my favorite, if I could have one bat, it would be that yellow Easton XL1.
Okay, I think I know what you're talking about.
And the XL3 was really good too. I love those bats, but BB Core bats they're a lot more similar. The numbers are more, it's kind of crazy too. The baseballs that the MLB is using, they all say they're juiced because exit velocities are going up. There's more home runs hit. I mean, it's good for the sport. Yeah. People don't want to watch strikeout. They want to watch home runs.
They want to watch Shohei hit a bomb.
Exactly. Especially in college baseball, home runs are going up every year.
You think they should go to Wood for college? You think they should still go with...
I think it would kill it.
You think so? Just fan base? Huh.
Yeah. Because there's I don't know what the average was, but there's probably more than 2 home runs a game in college.
Okay. That makes sense.
I could be completely wrong, but the average has to be way up there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it does make it a lot more fun. I feel like...
Not as a pitcher, though.
Yeah, true.
Not as a pitcher.
You can make one mistake and they could miss hit it and it'd still go. That's the problem with the MLB is I think if they switch to metal bats, obviously they would need to redo every stadium because they would just hit 600-foot home runs probably.
Yeah. So there's Adolis Garcia.
Yeah.
They did a baseball, or I think it was Vic. So have you ever heard of the brand Victus?
Yes.
It's like Marucci's brother company.
Okay.
And he's with Victus, and they used him as a commercial swinging a metal bat, and it was the craziest shit I've ever seen in my life. He probably was hitting balls 550 plus feet. It was the craziest. He's huge.
Dude, could you imagine the exit velocity on that thing too?
Because I think the highest exit velocity is 121
with Wood, right?
Yeah, by Stanton. God. Which is probably 130 or 100 close to 130 with a BB Core bat.
100 mile an hour pitch, 130 mile an hour.
Imagine being a third baseman, dude, getting 130.
That'd be so deadly.
130 a top spin ball coming right at you. I'd just get out of the way.
I don't even know if you'd be able to see it, dude.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you'd be able to react.
It's ridiculous. I was actually just thinking of something. What were we talking about just before this? Oh, we were talking about college baseball.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you saw this, but when we were in high school, Division I colleges could only give 11.7. They had 11.7 full scholarships to dish out.
Okay.
Between a roster of 30, 25 plus guys. They just changed it to 34.
3 times the amount.
Yeah, which is
wow.
I'm interested to see how that's going to play out.
Mm-hmm. I feel like only better players can come out of that then, because they're not going to be so selective. They'll have 3 times the amount of scholarships to be able to bring.
Maybe it hurts the smaller schools.
True.
The Division 2s and Division 3s.
Yeah, because they wouldn't get that. That would make sense because they wouldn't necessarily get those kids then that.
Yeah.
They'll take, I don't know, their 30th pick.
Yeah.
That they would normally, and instead that person would probably go play D2 or D3.
I can bet you not every kid on that team's getting a full ride.
Yeah. Well, even
because getting a full ride in baseball with 11.7 scholarships, I wonder, just for example, I want to look at a school, how many guys are on their roster?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what you think too. It's okay, let's say you take 30 people and give them all full scholarships, only 9 play, right? If those 9 top players play and those 21 players don't really ever play, they could have got a scholarship at like a D2 or D3 and actually played and got better compared to the kids that just not play at all. But yeah, I got a full ride to school.
So they could have up to 40 players.
Because like, are they going to have those
34?
Have those 30 plus full scholarship kids, and they're just going to say, screw the walk-ons, screw anybody else that wants to come on. There's like no transfers.
Yeah. And the transfer portal is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen many things,
especially with COVID.
I've seen many things that's the way to go, is to go JUCO, build yourself up, and then transfer out instead of trying to, I'm only for D1.
I think JUCO's amazing. The competition, you're playing, like, once you get out of high school, you're playing with men.
Yep.
Like with men.
Mm-hmm. Well, like Brandon was saying, he was playing with guys that are 30 in their 30s, upper 20s. Like, it's a completely different ball league. Yeah. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wish I got to experience it for at least 1 year, but I wanted to play Fortnite.
There's a lot of money to be made in that.
There is.
So do you still play any games, or?
I do not.
No?
Let me think. Sometimes I'll hop on CS, but
played Valorant a little, right?
I used to play Valorant. I don't play it at all. I tried to go pro in Valorant a little bit with a team, and then just we weren't dedicated enough to put in 12 hours every day, and I wasn't about to do that.
Grind. Like, you see these streamers now making so much money.
Mm-hmm.
And, like the $1 million plus Fortnite tourneys, it's just crazy.
What's crazy is, you know who Booga is, right?
Yeah, he was the one that won the...
Yeah, he won the Fortnite World Cup 2019 or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be on a team with him. I was on a team with him when there was the first ever, like, squads tournament that, like, you had to know someone to get into. I was on a team with Booga.
Was it a LAN?
No, it was like it was online scrims. You literally had to stream snipe into the game. Like, you had to, everyone queue, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, queue, and you just.
So this was before they even had,
this
like,
is before we had tournaments. Yeah, like, it was called Fortnite. It was literally called Fortnite Pro League. I have a jersey in my closet that says.
Oh wait, was that
name.
the Discord?
Yes.
Like, was there a Discord?
I forgot what it was called.
Yeah.
Pro scrims or something. But yeah, we were literally. I used to be like decent friends with him. We used to duo all the time. We used to be on a squad together, and then he wins the World Cup.
I don't even think he plays Fortnite anymore. I could be wrong.
Really? I have no idea.
Yeah,
I have
don't
no
really
idea.
Keep up. I think they killed that game.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. What do you miss?
I said I miss the old school Fortnite.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
Greasy Grove.
The original map.
Yes.
Like that
even before Tilted.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the sounds are just so nostalgic.
Dude, the one sound that I remember is you would build like a brick building, and you would hear like all the
bricks compiling. Yeah. Dude, that was awesome. And the chess.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Just nostalgia. It's crazy that 6 years ago. 6 years ago when that. Or no, 7, because it was 2017. It came out. That's just. It's crazy.
The two games, if I could go back to in my youth, was Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, and then Fortnite.
For me, I think it would be like definitely one of the CODs. I don't know which one. I think I
what was your favorite COD? You better not say some bullshit like Ghosts or...
Dude, this is a hot take.
Okay.
My favorite... I think my favorite COD was Black Ops 3. I love jetpacks. I love fucking jetpacks.
See, I was a Zombies.
I think Zombies is good too, but
I think I'm still like top 2,000 in the world for Zombies, which is crazy.
I love jetpacks. That game was so fun to play competitive. I wish I was a little older.
It wasn't the first Call of Duty that introduced.
No, Advanced Warfare's jetpacks were kind of shitty, but then Black Ops 3...
Was that the first one?
Yeah, Advanced Warfare was the first one with jetpacks.
Yeah, but
me and my friends would do.
I remember the ASM one, Speakeasy.
Yeah, we would do like local tournaments. We would play like game battles and UMGs and stuff.
So like, I love to play League play in Black Ops 2.
Black Ops 2 League play was really good.
All they would do is boot you offline. Like once you got to the higher ranks, someone would just pull everyone on the other team's IPs and just DDoS you.
What's even crazier to think about, like playing competitive COD, whenever COD 4 came out, I was probably maybe 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm. And I remember my first M game that my parents let me play was Modern Warfare 2 when I was in like second or third grade.
When I played Call of Duty 4, I was playing game battles at like 10 or 11.
Yeah.
Like that's I don't even think, like I think about it now, it's like, wow, I was really trying to be that
with your parents' credit card.
I don't think we were playing free matches. I don't even know who I was playing with.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
I know MLG had an old website where you could do wagers.
Yes, yeah.
But what I wanted to say was, I had when I was like 10, 11, I had a Wii, and then I had an Xbox 360. My parents wouldn't let me play M games, but on the Wii, for some reason, the Black Ops 1 and like the Call of Duty 3 was T for Wii.
Okay.
But M for Xbox 360. So I'd be playing Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer and zombies on a Wii with the
Wii controller.
No, not even the Wii controller. The
nunchucks.
Yeah, the nunchucks, and just getting railed. But like,
there's people filling those lobbies, bro.
Yeah.
I guess the Wii was popping back then.
Hell yeah. And
Dude.
then, all my friends were playing the Xbox 360, and then finally my parents gave in. I wasn't even allowed to play GTA 5 till I was in like 6th grade, 7th grade.
Dude, that's crazy, because I was like I don't even remember when I was like, yeah, it was, I guess I would have been 8th grade for me then, because that's when, if you're...
What year did you graduate?
2018.
2018? Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, so
exactly. Because I was in like 6th grade.
Yeah.
So yeah, you would have been...
I was playing Halo, dude. I swear to God,
I never got to dapple with Prime Halo.
My dad did not give a shit. He let me play Halo, COD.
Did your dad play video?
He played.
So he understands. Like my dad never probably touched a video game in his life.
Yeah.
So I would always, like have a 2-hour limit.
The thing is, for me, is I'd play with my or I'd have to share it with my brother. So we would have to, okay, it's Nick's turn to play. Okay, Jake, get off or whatever.
Yeah. So,
but, yeah.
Once I got to like middle school, my parents were like, you could play whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember those summer nights, man. I remember me and my friend Tyler. We were playing. We were going to Georgia for a baseball tournament. We decided to pull an all-nighter. Do you play GTA 5?
Yeah.
We went all the way to the airport. On foot, went all the way up Mount Chiliad. On foot. We ran all the way from the airport up Mount Chiliad.
How long did that take?
4 hours. It was ridiculous.
Dude, there's no way I would ever do that.
And it was like the funnest thing ever.
Dude, you do like the stupidest shit when you're younger. And it's
just so
much fun. So much
fun. It was so much fun.
Like when I go back to like think about Halo, I don't remember if it was called Infected or something, where one person like had to run around with like a energy sword, and like if you got hit, it was pretty much like zombies, but like
what was the prime Halo? Was that 3 or Reach?
3 and Reach, I think.
Yeah,
3 and Reach was really good. Like Reach was really good.
They had huge tournaments.
Yeah, and then
wasn't that the game Ninja like started on?
He was. I don't remember which Halo it was, but yeah, he initially was pro in Halo. But it was really big for the Forge, where you would play like a bunch of mini games in like their creative, like Fortnite. You'd be able to build a bunch of different mini games, and that was a whole lot of fun. And then once MW3 came out, because they came out with Infected, I think that it might have been called something different, but you'd always find like
it was Infected, yeah.
You would find like these
Dome. You would camp on the ladder, and
and then I forgot what the one map was called, but you can get on like a secret spot that no one can jump up on top of, and then they just can't get you, and everyone would be pissed.
Because you can get Moabs, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, and you just get the 30 kills without dying.
Yeah. Dude, like those are even though like you're literally cheating in those games, it's so much fun to just stand there and know they can't get you. Or, like
video games, like there's just no games out now that like capture my, like I'll literally go on my Xbox One and play Modern Warfare 2 and those lobbies still fill.
Crazy.
And
They'll never make something like that again.
I'll have more fun on that than I will ever on Warzone or something.
What's funny about Warzone is my dad got a PS5 like a few months ago, and he has a friend. His friend's like, I think he's in like mid 30s or something, so he's much younger than my dad. But he got him into playing Warzone. And
I can't.
My dad called me and he's like, "Okay, I want to see you play." And like, I'm not like a controller player, but like I grew up playing COD on the controller, so it's like I kind of know what I was doing. The first game that I played, we
muscle
won.
memory.
We fucking won.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this is fun. Like I'm it's funny because I'm playing with my fucking
just
dad.
So sweaty.
Yeah, but like I got like my computer literally isn't hooked up. I just have my Mac that I use. It's my other computer's literally in the closet, but I hooked it up simply to just play Warzone with my dad, and I ended up playing a little bit by myself. But then I just hit that point where I'm like, do I really want to be doing this right now? Like I could be like watching a podcast and like taking notes or learning a skill.
I'll play video games till the day I die.
I definitely would too. I need to find that like want or that game that I
exactly, and there
really
hasn't really
enjoy.
been any. I'll just play old games like GTA.
I don't have GTA, unfortunately. I guess because it was on the Xbox, and I don't think I would have to buy it again. There was a one game that me and my friends were waiting for years to come out. Have you ever played The Forest?
I've heard of it.
The Forest is a really good co-op horror game. So much fun. Like you play.
Yeah.
I think you can play as many players as you want.
Yeah, I love those.
And
I remember the Friday the 13th game when that came out. That was so fun.
But it's an open world survival game. You have to fucking find your food, and
so it's like a Rust, but like horror.
It's like Rust, but you're not like against other people.
Okay.
And like there's cannibals that come and try and kill you. And
so it's like NPCs.
Yeah. But it gets harder every day. It gets a little bit more difficult, and you have to
survive. So the objective is to reach the longest day.
Well, yes. So you can what the objective of that game is to pretty much save your son. You start off in a plane, and it crashes on this random ass island, and then your son gets taken by a cannibal, and your whole goal is to find clues to be able to find this cannibal and get your son back. So once you do that, you can decide to either leave the boat or leave the island, or stay and just continue days and days and days. So you can go on for as long as you want. It just gets really fucking hard. There's just regular like human cannibals that run at you with like clubs and stuff. But then there's like monsters where they're like cannibals stuck together, and they like, I don't even know. They spin and smash you and run into you. It's a whole bunch of fun. But then to go back to what I was saying, me and my friends were waiting for the second one to come out because we loved the first one. And it came out, and I literally played it for like 2 hours, and I was like, this fucking does not hit. It does not hit. It doesn't suck. It just didn't hit as the same as the first one did.
That's like all the Call of Duties. All the new Call of Duties, same shit.
All the new Call of Duties that are just remastered. So
like lame. I thought like this new Modern Warfare would be the game, you know, with all the old maps, all this stuff like that. But no, they ever fuck that up?
They always find a way, man. It's Black Ops 6 next, right? And the zombies is actually supposed to be decent, supposedly.
And I'm the most hardcore zombies player.
What was your favorite zombies game? Black Ops 2?
Black Ops 3.
Black Ops 3. Which map?
My favorite map of all time?
Yeah, you can do any game.
I want to say Kino.
Okay.
Just because that was like the first map where I like grinded. But I'd have to go with Origins.
Origins is really good. I really like Origins. I'm trying to.
The Easter egg's good.
Yep. I don't remember if I did it or not. I can't remember if I did that.
The Easter egg's really good. The map. I remember when we get off here. Just do me a favor, and go on YouTube and look up the Origins trailer. A trailer will never hit harder in your life. Like when I saw that trailer, it literally sent goosebumps through me. You want to know what's funny? Avenged Sevenfold is the, you know who that is?
Yeah.
It's the band. And that Shepherd of Fire was the trailer song.
Yeah. Okay.
For that, and I used that was my walkout song.
Really?
In college.
Dude, that's funny. My I get on like this random like, I guess it was that heavy metal type of music.
Yeah.
I get like on some of these binges lately, and I randomly think of certain songs, and that is my second to last like song on my Spotify playlist.
And the thing about like the old zombies is like the soundtracks were so good.
Like Call the Dead.
Oh my god. Just
I don't remember Buried.
After Black Ops 3, they went out of the whole storyline.
Okay.
Which sucked.
Yeah. So no more. Really what are their names? Dempsey, Takio.
Oh, Dempsey, Takio, Rich Tuffin.
Yeah. I forgot the last guy's name.
Nikolai.
Yep.
Yeah. No, but dude, that like zombies. Like if I had to pick one game or like one thing to play the rest of my life, it'd be zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know if you still have your PC, but dude, the custom maps that these people are making are just as good as any maps Treyarch.
They have Easter eggs too.
Everything.
Really?
Different wonder weapons. Everything, dude.
Dude.
It's so fun.
That's crazy.
Like, the maps are just...
I'm trying to think of some of the Easter eggs that really hit different. What was the one? Alcatraz was good.
The Mob of the Dead one?
Yeah, Mob of the Dead was good.
That Easter egg was just... I like the boss fights.
Yeah.
But, like, the hardest Easter egg, I think I've done all of them probably 100 times. I like, we could literally load into any map right now, and I know every Easter egg behind the, like, it's second nature. The Shangri-La Easter egg always pissed me off.
I never played Shangri-La
because your teammates actually had to have a brain. It's like, because like on most of the maps, one person could literally do everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But on maps like Shangri-La and Die Rise, like your teammate, every single
Die Rise, dude, shit.
Yeah, every single person needs to know what they're doing, and you know it's hard to.
Dude, Die Rise was awesome.
Die Rise was the pre-patch liquefier. You could just get like round 100 just camping in a corner.
And then I love Transit. Transit was so good.
Everyone hated Transit. I loved the concept. I think
once I figured out that you can like run around on foot without the bus and like
and then you have
like
those
knife the
things.
Thing. Yeah. Once I figured that out, I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. Like I love the idea of this.
Well, the thing, I think it was such a good idea. But I think they should have just waited to like a better engine or something, you know, a game end, because they try to do too much. I feel like for the time, because you know, like the whole idea, like because you think about it, there's like 4 separate like
they
areas.
all have to render in at the same time, and like you don't have enough RAM or whatever running on a freaking Xbox 360. Like, how is that all gonna work?
Exactly. And I loved it though. Did you play any of the Black Ops 3 maps?
I played Shadows of Evil.
Those Easter eggs are so... Shadows of Evil is a great map.
I think I played...
Shadows Horizon.
Der Eisendrache? Yeah,
that was a hell of a map.
Yeah, and that one was cool. I don't remember the other ones, though.
Zetsubo and then Go Rod.
Yeah, I don't think I played... I just played Der Eisendrache and Shadows of Evil.
Go Rod, I think, is the best made map Treyarch did. It's sick. It's like you're in... Russia, like Stalingrad, like there's a dragon that flies around.
I thought that was Der Eisendrache that had the dragon.
No, so yes, but in like Gorod Krovi, there's like a dragon that goes around and breathes fire, and part of the boss fight is you kill the dragon.
Yeah.
I
just remember the Easter egg for like Der Eisendrache was like you had to open like this thing with the staffs. Is that the staff
bows?
One? Oh, yeah. And like the floor opens and you like walk down the stairs or something.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know how I played that one because I didn't really even play Black Ops 3 that much. I have no recollection of who I even played that with.
I'll still play with my friends, do the Easter eggs every now and then. It's just so fun. I think they just try to do too much. You know, they're so focused on the move, like the crazy movement, the crazy guns. And like the thing is, bro, with Warzone, they finally realized how much money they can make with like the blueprints. And like, because the thing you got to think about is every season they come out with a new gun.
Yep.
And you got to get that gun through the battle pass. And that's the meta. Like whenever the new gun comes out, that gun's always the meta. And you know,
people want to be good. People want to be good. Yeah, pay to win. It literally is pay to win.
Yeah, and I hate those games. Like Fortnite did it great. Have your skins. They don't give you any advantage.
Same with Valorant, I guess. Valorant's the same thing. Like they don't really. Yeah. I mean, some people say it gives you a little bit of like
the tracers on guns. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Or just like the confidence that you're using like a Reaver Vandal or something that you can hit a headshot.
I was literally just thinking of a Reaver Vandal. That's like my favorite.
Yeah. That's like an OG skin though, dude. I feel like, I mean, I don't know how, I haven't played Valorant forever. I don't know how many people still.
Dude, if I had, oh my God. If I had all the money I've spent on video games just right in front of me, I feel like we could, buy a business.
Definitely.
The Fortnite skins.
Fortnite.
I have like 7 Valorant knives I rarely ever play.
Fortnite, Valorant, Rust, CS.
See, I never bought any Rust skins.
I bought some Rust skins and I gambled them away.
So the thing is about Rust is I never played official. I only played like 10Xs.
Okay.
So they would have a skin box. So like you wouldn't.
Yes. Because you just put in the repair table and you could just skin it.
Yeah.
Or no, you could do like a scap or like /skin or whatever.
Yeah.
I would play with Rust, dude. Like that's my second most played game. I think I have like 1,500 hours on it or something. That game is awesome, but
I know people that have like 10,000 hours on Rust.
Yeah. Well, the thing is ridiculous. It's like the knowledge will never go away, but they've been changing like the spray patterns and stuff. So you could be really good. And
I only
all the
played
spray
new
patterns.
recoil. I never played old recoil.
Really?
Never.
Really? Huh. That's crazy.
The thing is, I've never played a game with the most toxic people.
Dude, you'll literally spawn in and someone will tell you a slur.
Inciting, bro.
Inciting is so fucking fun though, dude. Inciting is awesome.
You have to be such a dick.
Dude, it's so much fun because it has to be
there's
planned
like
out.
YouTube, dude. It's so funny,
especially clans. Like you watch like inciting clans.
Yeah. Yes. So, like if you get incited on like a 10x or a 5x, it's not a huge deal. Mm-hmm. But like watching like YouTube videos of people getting incited on official servers, oh my God, it is the funniest thing ever. All their AKs, they lose the blueprints and.
Yeah. Dude, I'm trying to recall a situation I had. I definitely did something to these people. I don't remember though.
Dude, and then you probably did that and you had 100 pizzas delivered to your door because that's just the type of game that is.
Well, no, I think what's funny is I think it was like we were running around. It was me and my friends, and this guy, he just had a really good mic, and you could tell he was a streamer.
He was like a YouTuber.
You could tell he was a streamer, and he had his name, the same name as his Twitch stream. So we were like, okay, we're like acting oblivious. We went onto his stream, and dude, this is so fucking. This is not even inciting. This is just being toxic stream snipers. No.
You were just stream sniping him.
We befriended him. No, like he wasn't good at the game. He didn't really know what he was doing. He had like.
Was he a big streamer?
He had like some viewers.
Okay.
Like he probably averaged like 30 or 40. It wasn't
that's good,
but like it's good. But yeah, he was. Brand new to the game, had a few friends that were trying to teach him it and stuff, but like they were nerds, like not good PvPers or whatever. Mm-hmm. And we befriended them and we were being all cool to them. And then we're like, dude, let's raid them when they go to start mining and getting shit. Yeah. So they leave. We're watching their stream. They leave. We raid their base. We log out, change our names.
Did you know where the TC was and everything?
We knew everything. Logged out, changed our names, logged back in, raided their base, come back with the stuff.
And you're like, what the hell happened?
We come back with the stuff, log out, change our names back to what it was before, and then go and be like, dude, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, you guys just got raided.
We got off. We would have helped you. Dude, it was so funny. It was so bad. I still follow the dude on Twitter and I remember him. But like I feel so bad because now that I'm thinking about it, but like Rust is Rust, man. Like that's anything happens, anything goes in Rust, and that'll be one of the memories I forever will remember.
That's brutal.
It's bad, but there's definitely
one of the most
worse.
Toxic games.
It is, yeah, definitely. Like I said, you'll literally join and someone will He'll be like, "Hey man, you want to team up?" And they'll just call you a slur.
Yeah,
Like
or
right off
take
the
all
bat.
your shit.
Yep. Oh, those videos are pretty funny though. When you, it was on, this was like TikTok, like probably a couple years ago that I've seen these. This guy would run up to like a base and he'd be like, "Hey man, can I get some loot or something? Can you give me like a bow?" And they'd be like, "Fuck you!" And then he'd run away and come back with a clan and just like raid the base.
Or there's just like that. There's a ton of hackers too.
Yeah, the whole game has changed so much. Like roof camping is so bad, especially if you play like modded. No one wants to go out and die with their loot, so they just sit on the roof
with a hunting rifle or
with a
L9
bolt
on the roof.
Yep, and just send a naked out to go grab the shit.
I only ever played 10x, so like I've never shot like an MP5 or custom. I've only ever shot an AK, and M2 or L9.
Dude, Rust is like one of those nerve-wracking games because I played officials, but when we wouldn't want to try that hard, we wanted to try hard, but we didn't want to take as much time. We would play like
2x or
1.5 or 2x, and that's like the perfect amount because you could do like 1.5, 2x farming, but everything else is vanilla. So it's pretty much like you're playing vanilla. You just farm a little bit faster.
Just farm all that scrap.
Yeah. And
tier 1, tier 2, tier 3.
But like you would be running, okay, we got to move our base from one side to the other because these guys are going to try and raid us, and you'd be running across the entire map with a full loot, like 2,000 scrap, like 4 rows of like high qual, bunch of metal.
Then once you die, and then you die, and you're ruins everything.
Like, oh my god!
You just wasted 6 hours of your life farming scrap, and
or it's those situations that are stressful, and then when you start. Because it's so hard to get started on like a server that fresh wipes, you like have all the shit you're ready to get.
That's
a base
the thing,
down.
Bro. You can't join an official server mid wipe. You can't. You have no chance. That's why everyone loads in as soon as the server wipes.
Yep. And you get like a good start and you're like, cool, I'm gonna go to the space that I want to build my base, and then a group just come and fucking kills you because you're by yourself.
Oil rig was my favorite to do.
Yep. Oil rig is fun. It's just
oil rig's so
the thing with like those 2 times or like even the 10 times, they're usually just run by clans. So if you don't have a good
I was
group,
in a huge clan.
Dude. That's one of the things that I wish I would have done playing Rust is getting in a really, really big group and just going to raid another really, really big group.
That's the thing I love about 10x is there's like 30 v30s.
Yeah.
Just like 10,000 rocket raid, like just crazy stuff.
Well, it's like that's how you can get really good at the game by that too.
You'd have to fly in the Mini and have a HV rocket and shoot out all the turrets.
Yeah, PvP missiles, dude. Like, so much fun. Like, I wish I would have got to. I don't think I'd really experienced Rust to the fullest because raiding by yourself is so hard. Like, that was one of the things. Like, I would try when I wanted to make like Rust content at one point, and that's the hardest thing is really trying to play Rust for a long period of time by yourself. Because one, it's lonely, and it's fucking
super
hard.
lonely, and it's slow.
Yep.
Super slow.
You farm shit so slow. You die and it literally ruins your entire wipe.
Yeah.
You have to mine like inventories of stone to be able to build like a decent enough base to not get raided.
See, like I can't relate to that because all I know is huge 100 by 100 high qual bases.
There's still this one video that I wish I would have made. Me and my friends had like this really awesome wipe, and I recorded the entire thing, but I didn't like how a few things were coming out, and I just got really lazy, and I was like, do I really want to make this video? And then I just stopped editing, cut it off, and I was pissed at myself because what was the song? There's this one song I wanted to make. Like, it's a really popular thing for like group videos for Rust is like you do go into like a private server and you like record yourself like running around. And like use it for like intros and putting it to certain songs, and like the intro was sick. I made the intro, but I just didn't finish the video.
So you did the hardest part.
Yeah, and it was like I should have just focused on getting the actual
worst
video.
That could have happened.
Yeah, that's my thing. Is like, what the fuck was the worst that could have happened? Like, it could have been terrible, and it could have gotten no views. It would have gotten no views probably.
Who cares?
But it would have been a cool video to go back and rewatch.
Exactly. Who cares?
Yeah, that's my mindset now with a fucking podcast, dude. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Well, that was a fun conversation. I appreciate you coming on and shooting the shit with me. very enjoyable.
Shit. How long have we been on here?
An hour and 13 minutes.
That's a while, but it went by super fast.
Yeah.
I looked at the time and I'm like, oh my God, it's already 11 o'clock. I have to get up and. But no, I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah, definitely, dude. It was
definitely
fun.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe when you win your next tournament, you come back on.
Yeah. I mean, we just won 2 in 3 weeks.
Yeah. Now you gotta win another one next year, right? Or is it over for now?
Fall ball.
Okay. Yeah, when you win fall ball.
So we do like a month and a half.
Okay.
Of just tournaments every weekend.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my one game of year of baseball. Me and my friend do a father and son baseball tournament, and I usually play in one game, and that's my yearly baseball game.
I'm playing in a men's league.
Dude, I want to play in a men's league so bad.
You talked to Brandon about that, right?
I don't know. I
thought that was brought up.
Maybe briefly, but yeah.
I'm gonna be playing in a men's league with torn labrum.
Nice.
Might just shoot the shit and pitch.
Yeah.
See how it feels.
Not gonna hit.
I can't hit worth shit. I've never been able to hit. Like, I'm a cage hitter. Like, I can hit, but like you throw a moving ball at me, which I don't know, like if it's a curveball, like I cannot hit a. You could give me a plank of wood, I still probably couldn't.
Meatball down the middle.
Yeah.
70 miles an hour. You could probably hit that. Yeah. You'll be fine.
You'd be surprised.
You should try at least a little bit.
Yeah. But I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have a good one, man.
You too.